Hey y'all, welcome and or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be documenting our last day in our newlywed apartment. I am so excited. Okay, so preface already. So I guess newlywed is still considered 5 years into marriage or something like that. So we're only entering in our second year, or how do I say that? On December 7th, we would have been married for 2 years. So technically we're still newlyweds, so technically the next apartment we move into will be still technically a newlywed apartment, but that's a lot of technicals, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say that we are moving out of our newlywed apartment and I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna take you along today to include our packing, and then also how I'm organizing the packing system to be able to be the most successful we can be during this moving experience. I'm talking about color coordination up in this video. So if you want to go ahead and follow along and also learn some tips on how to keep it organized, keep the stress down during your moving process, stay tuned to this video. All right, so it is a couple weeks later, honestly, but I was contemplating doing a voiceover for a while, but then I decided to just sit down and record the rest of this video. But I wanted to go ahead and lay down the tips and include the vlog footage that I ended up recording on the last day of our day at our apartment. We're currently in our new apartment. I will go ahead and give you the major tips, and the first one being just buy the boxes. Okay, just do it. Just do it. Try to keep your boxes and stuff as uniformed as possible. So I know that in the past, I always would just use one time I moved, I used trash bags. One time I moved, I used just the bins, and then some things were in bins, some things were free-handed, some things were just all over the place. So as much as possible, like I said, just buy the boxes. As you can see, we use our U-Haul boxes, our local U-Haul, and just went and bought boxes. It only cost about, I would say, $60, but we ended up getting about at least 30 to 35 boxes, and so all different sizes. We had a couple small, a lot of medium, a few large, and then even a few extra large for lamps and different things like that. So then the next tip that I had was to be strategic with how you pack your boxes, but also how you end up labeling your boxes. So in this clip that I'm going to show you with me packing this bag, as you can see, it's a little disoriented. It's not a lot of things that you can put in there. It was just a little weird, how I packed the box, and it was a lot of miscellaneous things that kind of didn't fit right in the box. Anyhow, I ended up packing that box pretty well, and then I went ahead and labeled it pretty well. I not only labeled it fragile, but I also labeled what it was. So I put kitchen, and then I ended up putting glassware and cutting boards. So then when I'm unpacking my house like I am now currently, subscribe to my channel for more on that, and also vlogs that include me updating and organizing my apartment here. But I went ahead and had everything, so then I can just go to a box and say I'm ready for my Tupperware. I can go around and find the Tupperware box and then unpack my Tupperware, and then that's done. Then then my next tip would be to just hire movers. So I know that this is like not super, I wouldn't say cost effective, but I definitely know that there are different budgets for different people. But especially if you're moving from an apartment, you basically know that your lease term is going to end the next year or whatever amount of time that you signed up for the lease. So go ahead and like start setting aside money if you want to get a professional moving company to move you. My husband and I got a few quotes or acquired a few quotes from moving companies, but we ended up not going with professionals. We ended up going with a local like urban ministry type of thing where they basically have people that either struggle with addiction or different things, and they are in a like a group home type of thing, and then those people you can hire out and they will move, and they also are great handyman and stuff like that. So we ended up going with that option first of all because obviously we can serve them better, because if you haven't noticed, most moving companies charge you like $200 an hour, but they only pay their movers like $15 an hour, which is kind of ridiculous. So we wanted that option to just help those guys out, but also because again, most moving companies charge you like $200 an hour, and we didn't really know in the past moving because we did things so disorganized. In the past, moving has been like an all-day event, so we didn't really know how many hours we needed. So we thought like, we were like, okay, we'll just pay for 6 hours. And then we were like, dang, I was basically saying that my husband was kind of ready to do it. But for me, it was like paying $1,200 for someone to just move my stuff when it's pretty organized and it doesn't take much. I just couldn't see myself doing it. So we ended up going with the cheaper alternative. So I encourage you to look into especially if you're moving like with your husband or moving with another male, or if you have like your dad or grandfather that can come and just be present. I wouldn't recommend like going out and finding random people to have you move or like to help you move. And then I also wouldn't recommend even going through like a smaller urban country like contract type of thing if you're like a single woman living by yourself and asking people to move you, because that's just, I just wouldn't advise for it. I would definitely recommend that you have a male present or something like that. And then to go along with hiring movers, the next tip is to label your boxes well. So I know that I went ahead and said that I go ahead and like write out what is in each box, but not only did I do that, but I also color coordinated my boxes. So as you can see in this clip, I had these blank pieces of paper that I used to use for bullet journaling, and they just so happened to have like one big piece and then smaller pieces that matched the same color. So then I got the idea to go ahead and label my boxes with the smaller flaps just by taping the label on the box to where if someone picked it up from any angle, they can see the label. And then I ended up taking those bigger pieces that were the same color and writing out example being like my office or master suite or something like that as pictured here. So when the movers were moving the boxes in, they can see the label, and then I put them on the door of the new place. So even if they weren't reading the labels, they could see the same color, match the color up, and then put that box in that specific room. So when we moved in here and we started to unpack, all the kitchen boxes were in the kitchen, all the office boxes were in our individual offices, and then all our master suite and bathroom and living room and different things, those boxes were in those specific rooms. The last thing that I will recommend, and it's kind of like an overarching thing, but so first, in order to really move and not strain the backs of your movers or your husband or whoever is moving your boxes and furniture, you want to empty out your furniture. However, as you can see here, I emptied out my drawers, but then I needed somewhere to put all these hangers. And I didn't want to start a new box just for hangers because it was a misuse of a box for one. And then secondly, The way how awkward the hangers are, it's kind of hard to stuff those things into a box. So the hangers are light enough. They are the velvet hangers, but the hangers were light enough for me to empty out my drawers from clothes, and then I went ahead and put the hangers in the drawers, which I wasn't thinking about it when I first did that. I just was like, oh, well, this seems like a good idea, I guess. Only because the hangers were so awkward and I had nowhere else to put them. But when I actually unpacked my clothes in my closet recently, there's a video on my channel coming out with me unpacking and organizing my closet, and I hope that you would stay tuned to my channel to view that video, and also turn on your bell notifications, of course, to be able to see that upload when it comes up. You know, that's your choice. You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. So when I was unpacking my closet, as I was literally taking my clothes and about to put them in the drawers, and then I seen the hangers, and then it was just like the most opportune time for me to find the hangers, instead of me like trying to find what bin it was in or what box it was in, or trying to like unpack one box and then end up it being hangers, and then that box is just floating around the house and I can't find it. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the video here. Those were my major tips for a stress-free moving experience. Hopefully you enjoyed the vlog footage that was included in this video, but I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. First of all, I'm about to change up, I think, the ending of my video, which is crazy. But here on YouTube, I am showing women that you can be interested in living for God, because it's actually a regular life, an awesome life, one that is highly desirable. So through me sharing what I do in my regular day-to-day life, as well as fun events and amazing things, hopefully I would encourage you to also pursue the life that God has for you through Christ Jesus. So if that interests you, I would implore you to go ahead and check out my channel. If you like what you see, give us a subscribe here and join our small but mighty little family over here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this video gave you some tips to make what is normally a very stressful process a little less stressful for you. Peace out.